The Tradesmen.
Tiffany because she's like grading papers and stuff right now. I set the alarm. I'm in my room. I'm talking to someone on the phone. And all of a sudden I hear, "You better get up. It's the crack of dawn." You think Alec Baldwin sleeps in like this? No. Alec Baldwin's getting the early worm. I'm just like, who the fuck is in my apartment? I gotta hang up on you.
Hey,
who is this?
Hey, if I had mid-90s Alec Baldwin in my place, I wouldn't be complaining.
I would totally be up for mid-90s Alec Baldwin.
And welcome to the Tradesmen podcast on that note with some Alec Baldwin goodness. Speaking of which, did all of you know that Beetlejuice 2 is coming out soon?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Right, with me is my good old friend, the legend himself, Nick Ford.
There's going to be so many older goth people at the Beetlejuice premiere.
Oh, yeah, there are.
And with me right next to me is my other co-host, Payton.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. And unfortunately, Clark is not here right now. He got kidnapped by midgets. He's got to fight his way out of the midget camp, so he'll be here next episode. So, before we get started, well, actually, while we get started, sorry, we had a little pregame before we started. Peyton, you've been having a recent obsession you've been dying to talk about. What is that obsession?
Man, don't cancel me. Harry Potter.
Cares?
I know, I'm just kidding. I know, I'm just kidding. It's as a joke.
I know.
Any regular Twitch watcher right now is doing it.
And now you canceled us before we even started. Thanks, Peyton.
Tradesmen's canceled.
See you next time.
See you maybe never.
So you finally got, what do you got, PS5 or an Xbox?
I have a PS4.
Okay, so you're playing on PS4.
And it's fighting for its life.
You're here chugging.
You know, like, I got up to use the bathroom when I was playing Legacy the other day.
Yeah.
And, like, I was in the bathroom and I heard, like, this loud, like whirring. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I realized that it was my PlayStation.
Is there a damn jet in the room?
I was like, fuck.
Okay, you want to hear something worth? I'm actually going to be getting Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy myself on the Nintendo Switch.
Ooh.
Do you think the PS4 is going to have a hard time? That Switch is going to be hanging off for dear life. Like,
catch on fire.
Load the graphics faster!
Help!
Help! We need the N64
I need your help. Please kill me. Like that sound on TikTok.
Please kill me.
Please kill me.
No, it's like the woman glued to the walls in Aliens. Please kill me. Right before a chest burster bursts out of her chest.
But no, that thing sounds like it's going to take the fuck off.
So, what is it about this game that's, besides, of course, the property that it's based off of, what's it about Hogwarts Legacy besides any other Harry Potter games that came out before? What is it about Hogwarts Legacy?
Well, I was there with some of the first Harry Potter games. And, like, I remember when Pottermore first came out, there were, like, mini games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is a million times better. Like, I'm glad that they nipped that in the bud early and took it away because I think they were starting to develop something like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's so immersive. You actually go to class, you do things, you have homework assignments.
Are you graded?
Well, you complete the assignment and that's...
But it's like video gamey, yeah.
Spell, yeah.
Video
so you learn a new
rewards.
spell with each assignment. I recently learned the unlocking spell, and that's done me a lot of favors, and it's fun, too. Like, everything's a puzzle.
Ooh.
So, instead of just, like, magically opening it, you actually have to, like, toggle.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, I was like, fuck, I'm gonna hate this.
So...
But no, it's like, it's like you follow the sparks and the vibrations of the controller.
So, as an educational game, how would you rate it to Math Blaster?
Yeah, Math Blaster.
Incomparable.
I mean, you're a kid going to a school. That's
I was going to say, Math Blaster.
123coolmathgames.com.
Hey, that's all we had in elementary school. We had, I don't know about you, Nick, but did you have the old Macintosh computers?
Oh, God, yeah.
It's like, you were like, mid-90s when we were in elementary school, so we're playing Math Blaster.
Man, kids in school on our shared drive would download all their games.
I remember.
So I'd be playing Slender during class.
And I remember every time we went to the computer lab, they said, okay, we're going to hand you kids your floppies so you can save your progress, all your writing projects on the floppy disks.
I had so many floppy disks of, like, individual games. I think I still have the original, like, 3 disc you need to download Doom.
We were one of the last generations to use floppy disk.
Yeah. Now it's just...
I remember the thumb drives, that's all.
Yeah, now it's just a save icon.
But getting back onto Harry Potter, so which house did you get sorted into?
Of course, Ravenclaw.
Why Ravenclaw, Bates?
The first time I ever officially took like the Pottermore test when it launched, I was a Ravenclaw.
So,
and that's what I know I am at heart.
And what's the motto of House Ravenclaw?
Wit beyond measure is man's greatest treasure.
You fucking nerd.
I'm a nerd. So, but I also remember like my wand size, my Patronus. I remember what American house I'm in. Like,
we have to go to for the show. For the show, we have to go to the Wizarding World.
I've been, and it's amazing.
The one in Florida or the one in
Florida?
LA? I went to the one in LA.
LA.
It's garbage. There are whole Universal Studios there.
The one in Orlando.
I'm sorry, I wasn't in Orlando at the time.
So we go to the one in Orlando. Is that also where Super Nintendo Land is?
Yes, it is.
Okay, we'll take a stop.
Yes,
Also,
we're going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like it's something I've been wanting to do anyway, and since my niece. So growing up, Universal's been important in our family. Thanks. Dropping the coaster.
Just letting you guys know in advance, I am the noisiest one in the pod. I'm so sorry.
Well, our audience knows we're very professional. Mm-hmm. But
the ghost listening to this right now.
Yeah,
it's your dead great grandmother.
Oh, honestly, supporting me from beyond the grave always. Shout out, Grandma Isla. I love you.
If you can give us a like somewhere up there, that'd be much appreciated.
Thumbs up.
But getting back to that, so we always went to Universal Studios. So my sister and I would definitely want to take my niece to that. So it'd be a family event. But they got rid of They removed a lot of things from Universal Studios to make room for the new Super Nintendo World, and also I think they did that with Harry Potter. But from what I've heard, it's way worth it because in Universal Studios in LA, it was barely anything. Yeah, you can go into Ollivanders and choose your wand and everything.
The wand chooses the wizard, bitch.
Well,
I bet you don't even buy your wand type.
Just so happens mine is the coolest fucking wand. Phoenix Feather and Dragon Hide.
So what's
that for real? Did you take a test?
No.
Do it.
I took a test maybe like 20, like a long time ago on like an old Angel Fire website.
Oh, that doesn't count. You gotta do the official one.
Yeah. Every time I've ever done a test, it's like, you're in Gryffindor, and I'm like, this is the closest I'll ever be to a Chad.
Proud Slytherin right here.
Proud Ravenclaw. Although I would.
Oh wait,
for a Ravenclaw, I'm Clark? Dumb as fuck. Yeah, now Clark is such a Hufflepuff.
Oh yeah, he's the pace eater of Hogwarts. We love you, Clark. Thank you.
It's the green thumb for me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he's loyal.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that's how great he'd be at herbology.
Oh yeah, he like I guarantee you.
And Clark is Hogwarts. Taking care of magical beasts and so on.
Oh, he'd be the groundskeeper. He'd be the groundskeeper.
He'd be so happy. What a life.
He would have a lot of kids. He'd have a lot of students come just chill with him, hang out, because he'd just tell them all interesting facts about this hippogriff or this animal.
We're just not going to mention. Never mind, I can't talk about that.
Let's stay in there.
I got too comfortable.
But I have to ask, since you're a Ravenclaw, and one thing I've heard really awesome about this game is you can see the other common rooms.
Yeah, so far I've only seen the Ravenclaw one.
What's it like?
Incredible. It's up in the tower.
You need to explain.
Actually, I've seen a clip of this. It melts my brain almost watching it. Because it's really cool.
It's really cool. The entrance.
No, it's just,
the entrance is a door with the eagle on it. Mm-hmm. And it asks you a riddle. And to get in, you have to say the riddle. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, I only had to do that once in this game.
Oh, thank God.
Because I'm a Ravenclaw, but I'm a dumbass. I don't know anything about riddles. I'm so bad at them. So I'd be locked the fuck out every night.
So apparently just the word riddle was a riddle for you.
Apparently.
So it's not like the books where you have to know the answer every time you want it.
I would be the one student fuck, let me in!
Maybe that's why Neville never got into Ravenclaw. He was always stuck outside the Gryffindor room.
I never knew the password!
It's like, dear God, have him, solve a fucking pipe theory, Rubik's
okay, the portrait of the fat lady should know that he's a Gryffindor by now. Just have some pity on him.
Right before he even says anything, she's like, come on in.
Just come in, Neville.
We're just not going to do this. So besides the gate, so what's the tower like?
So when you walk in, it's wood floor and blue rugs.
Ooh.
And up in the
like a dark blue?
Like a darker blue. And there's books everywhere, a statue of Arena Ravenclaw.
Books.
There's books that fly around the room like they're enchanted. Stars over the top.
Like the dining hall?
Yeah.
Like the grand hall? Oh.
Well, I mean, like, not the same as the grand... It's like, just looks like stars.
Oh, it's not... Oh, so it's not like how the grand hall where
no,
it
it's
looks
not like that.
It's just painted. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So, like...
And there's, like, globes and, like, really nice armchairs.
So it's like...
to sit and read.
So it's like the ultimate library you would love to get lost in.
Yes. The statues, the decorations, everything.
So you'd say Belle from Beauty and the Beast would be at home in Ravenclaw.
Absolutely. That would be her house.
So what was cool is, like, before I moved, when I was living with my pal Justin, he had the PS5. I didn't have the PS5 yet, and he had Hogwarts Legacy, so I got to play a little bit of Slytherin. And what's really cool is when you have to go into the dungeons. So you enter this room, like you go down a staircase, and then you just enter this, like, room where it's like a circle, and you see like what looks like a statue of a snake like on the bottom.
Yep.
You say the password, snake goes up, reveals a doorway.
Yep.
You get to go into the dungeons.
In the Legacy game, I've walked past it, but I can't access it yet.
So when you go in, it's not like a like ugly dungeon. It's like a beautiful like ornate dungeon with like beautiful like it's got like that dark silver greenish,
like dark academia.
Exactly. But like you're walking on these great ways and you can see water flowing underneath to really give it that
that's really cool
vibe. But it looks really cozy and there's a lot of like green rugs.
That's so cool.
And you see this big statue of Salazar Slytherin, but it's like up this winding stairway.
That's so cool.
Whenever you get a chance, you should check it out. And you just get to see all these like comfortable areas, and it has that beautiful hue of like green and silver, and I love that combination.
Yeah,
of colors,
and it's like
green and silver.
In Ravenclaw, it's like blue and silver. Oh,
and I like being Slytherin because I was born in 1989, and my Chinese zodiac is the year of the snake.
Slithery snake.
The more you know.
That sounds like a sexy vampire dungeon or something like that.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But I remember... I know...
It just makes my heart feel like home and like warm somewhere where I feel safe, even though Hogwarts is not safe in the slightest. How many waivers do they have to sign before they send their kids off?
It's funny that you bring that up, because one thing I wanted to talk about was like I don't want to say I envy, I do, but I'm also happy that the younger generation gets this ultimate dream Harry Potter game, because I remember when I grew up, the first game I played was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the GameCube. That's as close as I got, and I enjoyed it. To me, that was Hogwarts.
Do you remember?
Look at the graphics. Hey, that was the first game where
I know it was monumental for its time.
Riding the Nimbus 2000 all around the grounds of Hogwarts, what I could ride at the time, I spent hours doing that. I was in 5th grade, 5th or 6th grade. No, I was in 5th grade because I was still in elementary school. This was peak Potter fever. And I am like a diehard, and all I wanted to do was just keep exploring. I wanted, like every other kid back in the day, we just wanted to live there. Mm-hmm. And then when I see the trailer for Hogwarts Legacy, I'm like, 5th grade me would have killed for this.
Right. It's such a magical game. And I'm learning so much about the lore. Like, I went up to the trophy room, and it tells you where some of the stuff came from. And there was one outfit that, it was like a little pseudo armor for a house elf.
Oh.
But the guy who made it, it was because like the master of the elf wanted protection in battle, but he didn't realize that by giving the elf armor, he was setting him free.
Oh.
So
because he gave him a piece of clothing.
So he put on his cute little armor, and then he was like, goodbye.
So they add extra history to.
Yes.
So what's some of your favorite little nuggets you're getting into?
The Hufflepuff chimney is a gargoyle.
Interesting.
So like the smoke's coming out of the gargoyle's mouth.
That's
and cool. I don't know why, but that just felt so Hufflepuff. Because most of my friends, like a lot of you guys are Hufflepuffs. A lot of my friends.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of, like, I don't want to say, like, normal people, like, but just kind of average, normal, like, Potter fans, everyday Potter fans. They seem to be more Hufflepuff, I notice, when they get sorted. Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
It's
Hufflepuff are the commoners.
There's nothing wrong with Hufflepuff. Cedric Diggory was a Hufflepuff.
I say commoners like I'm sitting on a...
Commoners.
But you sit there and J.K. Rowling, when she wrote the book, she was like, okay, everyone can be sorted into 4 different, houses or so based on their personality. Yeah. So you got Gryffindors who are super, courageous, and then you got the Slytherins who are
not always
ambitious. You got the Ravenclaws who are super wise, and then you got the Hufflepuffs who
loyal.
Are everyone else.
No, they're loyal and just of heart. That's their thing.
Yeah, like look at Cedric Diggory. That is a moral virtue to have.
My boy! My boy! Oh, I'm still crying over that.
God bless that movie.
What about Cedric Diggory?
No. So, like, not Cedric Diggory, but, like, so what are some of, like, the historical things? Like, what are, like, history of Hogwarts we get, like, revealed in this game? Like, anything like that?
Well, technically, right now, I'm in the 1800s.
Oh.
So
yeah, what is the time? Like,
so it's like the 1800s. You don't really see much of the... at least I don't know yet. I'm not going to spoil the game for myself. I haven't gotten that far.
No, I guess.
But you're just kind of in the wizarding world. But you see glimpses of, like, the outside, like, countryside life. Like, stuff like that.
Because you can also go to Hogsmeade.
You can go to Hogsmeade and, like, the areas around that. There's different hamlets and villages and...
Oh no, this is before Moaning Myrtle, right?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say, could you at least go to the girls' bathroom?
You can go into all the bathrooms.
Well, I was going to say, could you find Moaning Myrtle? But
no,
yeah, like you said, that was
before she would exist. But in that bathroom, where the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets
is it still designed like it was?
There's a strange S carved into the sink, so somebody foretold that.
I just hear the little John Williams theme from Chamber of Secrets.
Can we talk about the original, like in the Chamber of Secrets? Can we talk about how fine Tom Riddle was?
Go for it.
Oh my God, he was so fine.
The second movie, Tom Riddle, right? Yeah, he was he was apparently in his mid to late 20s.
And the way that he spoke, I was just like little me.
Oh, how did he talk back then?
You can find that I can be very persuasive.
That explains a lot with you, Payton.
I fell right over. I fell right over.
I remember.
And there's a picture of him on set with like a cup of coffee, and it's like Tom Riddle showing up 15 minutes late to the Chamber of Secrets with Starbucks.
Sounds about right. God, like, I remember when those movies came out, they were a phenomenon. God bless my dad. He did not want to go see them, but he got me midnight.
Oh, my grandma wanted to go see them. I read all the books.
He got me midnight, like opening night.
I love that so much.
Perfect seats.
Oh my gosh.
He was napping. He was like, I'm going to nap. Like, I don't care. Usually I always hated when my dad would fall asleep when I was a kid watching. I was like, Dad, watch me. I was like, I don't care. Go to sleep. I'm happy that you brought me here. I was glued to... I can still remember seeing that. I remember right when the title opened, every kid was going crazy. The dun, 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 to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Oh my God, I was howling. It was, you ever like remember your childhood when you would go see like
me at every Twilight premiere?
I was going to say, gosh. Do we want to compare that? The difference between, what is the, okay, I never went to any Twilight premiere, so
it was just a bunch of girls and gays.
Oh my God, are you serious? What about Twilight Moms?
And boyfriends that have got dragged along, older women who are lonely, like...
That's
so kind of the complete opposite of an Avengers movie premiere.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's a bunch of straight guys and their girlfriends who didn't want to be there.
I miss, like, those great Avengers, like, premieres. Like, Endgame was, like, the last...
The Harry Potter premieres were awesome, too, though. The energy was unmatched. I went to a lot of their book releases at midnight.
Remember, like, during those days, you didn't have to scream, no spoilers, because everybody knew the ending. Everybody read the books. That was how great those films were. I cried so hard that final movie. I wasn't even like, I was just shaking. There was no sound coming out. I'm just like, do you want to hate me?
What?
Everybody's gonna hate me, and I have the biggest shit-eating grin on my face right now. So when I was with my first girlfriend and we were watching Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and the ending, please help me. Dobby. I laughed. I hated Dobby. I am heartless.
I knew you were going to say that, but it still hurts so bad to know that somebody hates on my boy.
I hate Dobby. Always hated Dobby. Well, he was doing it to protect Harry. Didn't work. He still found a way to Hogwarts and still fucked his life up.
He tried, though.
I don't care.
I kind of was always
saved him.
Fuck him. Fuck him.
I was always very confused by Dobby. Just for the
How
fact
are you confused by Dobby?
I mean, okay, so first off, it's like, Harry Potter mustn't go back to Hogwarts.
He was trying to warn him.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and just the fact, and Harry's humoring him. Like, you're my friend, Harry. Yes, we're friends, Dobby.
But they really were friends.
Not as close as Dobby thought they were.
True friend. Stop it.
Well, here's the thing.
Harry, where's close?
Out of all the dumbass names Harry gave his kid, he should have honored Dobby.
No.
You're going to send your kid to school named Dobby?
Middle name.
I'm Dobby. Beat him up.
Big Jimmo.
Kids at Hogwarts with some wild names.
Yeah.
So
Now,
Even Mad-Eye Moody would give him a hard time.
he's
he's dead.
a hard time.
Rest in peace, Mad-Eye. He was my favorite character.
He's a good guy.
I fucking
But
love
the thing
Mad-Eye.
about Harry, though, was it feels like, why did he ever go back home to the Dursleys? Because there was always so many people that wanted to kill him, and he was always in so much constant danger. Why would Dobby try to keep him from, like, going to the most powerful wizard in the world at that time?
Why do you gotta do that? Why are you asking such deep questions?
I mean, I'm just saying, it's like, you're not safe here, Harry. It's like, I am so sorry to the British people. The British people right now. I am trying.
They're not listening. It's okay.
we were raised on Monty Python. How many times have we dipped into English accents, let alone working at Target quoting that?
You know,
it's just going to slip out. It's just human nature at this point.
I do love Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Second nature. I get words mixed up.
That's about the only Monty Python I like, though.
I am a very autistic troglodyte.
Autism.
I've been blessed with maybe 2 scoops of the tism.
Just a little razzle dazzle, a little sprinkle of the tism.
Clark doesn't understand my love and obsession with Godzilla. He goes, "Why do you...
I don't get it either, but to each their own.
That is a whole can of worms I can go on. Getting back to
is Godzilla one of your hear me out moments?
Hear me out.
Is she pretty to you?
No. Like
everybody's got a weird hear me out, but yeah.
I'm gonna go on this quick little Godzilla side tangent. We're gonna go right back into Harry Potter, but like I love the Godzilla fan base now. I love that Godzilla's huge. Honey,
what?
There's
darling.
a fan base.
Oh gosh,
it's big.
Oh, I was
and
thinking
they're
like
wonderful.
fandom, like fan fiction, and like I was just thinking, like
The Godzilla fan base is loyal and strong, and we all love each other. It's a very positive fan base. I love you all. I really hope to get you guys to listen to this show because I will talk about Godzilla and shit like that. But you're one of the best fans.
Meanwhile, me and Clark will be like,
you're like that with Nick and I with wrestling, and that's
superheroes.
Hey, so
you have to be a nerdy fan.
I am a nerd, but I'm a different kind of nerd.
That's the great thing about us. We all have different types of nerdy. I like nerdy shit that none of you like.
I also like nerdy shit that none of you guys like.
Exactly. Right. You like shit I don't get. I just don't
understand.
We're trying to spawn the conversation and not just teach you, everyone here, but we're trying to teach the listeners also.
Yes, and I love giving you shit for the shit you like that I don't.
Same here.
But anyway, like, getting back to it, it's like, it's really weird. Like, a lot of people are like, drawing like Godzilla and Mothra being like a couple and stuff. I'm like, that's really cute.
Yeah, that's the fandom.
Yeah.
That's a fandom.
That's how much I love the fandom. Anyway, getting back to Harry Potter.
The fandom is strong and thriving. And I fear them.
Speaking of the fandom of Harry Potter,
I fear them.
You have to realize
I respect them.
I
love them.
That is a book series, media franchise, like literally came out 20 years ago, and it's still going just as strong.
Yeah.
This is literally bigger than Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I'm actually looking forward to the TV series.
Me too. I'm looking forward to it. So
it needs to be readapted because every season is a book. Don't you remember going to the movies and going, okay, they better adapt this, and okay, you didn't have spoiler talks when the films came out. What did you have? What was carried over and what was removed? And how pissed did you like? I don't want to spoil it for you. No, tell me now.
You have your mother's eyes, Harry.
I know. You want to know another I will not forgive? And I know it has everything to do with Hollywood bullshit of, oh, we got to pay him more money, yada yada yada. Half-Blood Prince. I hate that movie. Love the book. Love the book.
Yeah.
Hate the movie. Suck it. You can fight me all day on that. The movie's not bad. The movie sucks. It was a terrible adaptation. Anyway, I was so mad that when he did when he went into the pensive when he went into Snape's memories in Half-Blood Prince, and he got to see his dad for the first time, who should have been cast as James Potter?
The original James Potter?
No.
Oh.
What does he look like in the book? 1-for-1 Harry.
Yeah, basically.
Except his mother's eyes. So why didn't they just have Daniel Radcliffe just play James and just have more context?
I don't know. It's in every flashback of.
I know there's people who say
like eye colors. No, and we care about this kind of stuff. Again, a little sprinkle of the tism.
Yeah, so David Yates, fuck you. The director, fuck you.
And 1 minute, Lily's eyes are brown, they're blue. I don't think they were green once.
What have you done? That's his name. No. See, I'm going to go on a quick David Yates tantrum. What have you done since Harry Potter? I did Tarzan. Oh, that didn't do well. I'm going to just do Fantastic Beasts and just not do anything after Harry Potter. Yeah,
I really liked the first Fantastic Beasts movie.
that has nothing to do with that. It just.
I'm just saying I liked those.
I'm
Not that I never watched the third one, though.
just angry teenage me sitting in Half-Blood Prince, just hating the director and hoping his career takes a nosedive. How petty am I?
I mean, to be fair, the Half-Blood Prince was a sad novel.
But it was such a good novel. So much hindsight was given to you. So much backstory. So much necessary.
So much plot.
And I know, like, people say, like, in hindsight, it's like, if you look at it as an adult, it's a bit more of a simplified story now compared to other books, but that's great because it's a great introduction into more complex and more. Mm-hmm. That was the first time I really got obsessed with a book series because of the world building.
That's the kind of world building I want to do because, like, I always have a couple books in the works, but right now I'm like working on a fantasy world. I'm working on a fantasy world.
I actually want to, like, we'll do this off mic, but I kind of want the fans to hear it as well. Thank you, Mom.
Hi, Mom. My mom's not listening to this.
Like, I actually want to do a dark fantasy vampire story.
Yes.
Like a dark gothic. And like that's like, and I can owe that all back to Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
It had elements of everything: horror, fantasy, magic,
whimsy,
darkness. And what was also beautiful about Harry Potter, I'm sorry if I'm monopolizing, I just want to gush about Harry Potter.
Okay.
What was beautiful about the books when they came out, when we did, they matured with us as we got older. Remember how the first book compared to the last book, how the first book is magical and whimsy. Ooh, there's that evil bad one we don't talk about.
Yes.
And then you get to the last book where he is murdering children.
Yes. But my favorite thing about the books, one of them, is like in the books 1 through 3.
I love how you say books.
In the books. So, in the first through the half of the third book.
Burke.
Just delete all of this. Oh my god. Okay. So, from Sorcerer's Stone to half of the Goblet of Fire, Harry's like, fuck yeah, I'm Harry Potter.
Magic's great.
I love this. And then at the end of the Goblet of Fire all the way through the Deathly Hallows, he's like, oh, fuck, I'm Harry Potter.
Right.
That's when
Diggory died.
Became real.
That's when it turned.
That's when Harry realized the gravity of his situation.
He also started, like, he was super interested in school during that entire time.
He wasn't safe anymore.
And then but then he started, like, what does it matter? I don't even know if I'm going to see it tomorrow. And he's like fighting wands with, Ron and during class and stuff. And it's like, I don't really care as much. But
they weren't good students to begin with, though.
True, but
they got into a lot of mischief. They weren't the best.
They didn't pay attention.
No, they didn't.
But I know, like,
Harry and Ron didn't give a fuck.
They're just like, they were like the kids who were like, we just want to go defense against the dark arts. And I was like, that's just gym.
That's just gym class.
Hey.
Also,
and Quidditch.
I do have one last thing I'm going to rant about, though.
Go for it.
Okay, no one here can tell me it's fucking bullshit about Quidditch.
What?
Okay,
go on.
All right, so Quidditch is the most bullshit game in the world. People will sit there and be like, oh, but Victor Crumb in the World Cup. Okay, that is like a 1 in like 1,000,
Can I add, the snitch is bullshit.
All right, yes, here.
The snitch is such a bullshit.
It's a pretend wizarding game.
No, I'm getting
Harry look like a fucking awesome guy, and he basically is the quarterback of the fucking...
Basically.
Yes.
You're not wrong.
Whole point of the snitch.
Or for the British...
Honestly, Hermione should have ended up with them.
Hang on, before we continue on with this rant, would we play Quidditch in the real life if we could? Yes.
There are people that do.
I don't know if I'd want to...
You know what I mean?
I'd want to fly on a broomstick.
Does not count.
I'd want a broomstick. I'd want to be able to fly on a broomstick, but I would not play Quidditch.
Yeah.
I like my teeth where they are.
Oh, God, I would not be...
I know they can fix that, but I don't want to feel that kind of pain.
Here's the thing. On Quidditch, I would hate to be the beater, but I'd be the star beater player.
Oh, that would be the best.
I'd be very good at it, and I'd hate every moment of it. Just going, can you just put me as a keeper, please? I think I would... No, we need you to get that... it's the beater, that's the position. What's the name of... There's the
Chasers.
The Chasers. I'm trying to remember all the Seeker, that's what Harry is.
And the Seeker, yeah. Keeper and Seeker.
So, my coach would be an absolute dickhead. And just be like, no, we got to keep you in that position because you are very good at keeping... the beaters off, whatever the ball is that chases them. You're good at keeping them.
Fluffles? Bludgers. They're bludgers.
Bludgers.
Yeah.
Nasty buggers.
Okay. But the way I looked at it, whenever I saw Quidditch, it's like, these two teams are going at it in the NBA Finals, and he puts up a 3-pointer, and he makes it, and they take a 3-point lead. Oh, wait, the other team's the other team's seeker is out in the parking lot, and he's the one that caught the golden frog, and now the game's over. None of you
paying attention.
I'm just saying, this is just like how it would be in the real world.
Snitch.
Well, yeah, but where are they going to get?
Let's be honest. In a universe, I'm not going to give a fuck about sports. So
you would be the wizarding housewife who's just like, I don't want to be here, but I'm here for my husband.
Housewife?
Not housewife. You know what I mean?
I'd be like a master divination queen.
I could see you being an Auror. You have good detective skills. I could see you being a very.
But I'd specialize in divination.
All right, fair. Why not do both?
I mean, maybe there's an overlap. I don't know. It's fan fiction writers. Please at me.
Oh my god!
Get back to Quidditch.
You know what would sell? Okay, so yeah, Quidditch, bullshit sport. Supposed to make Harry look like he's big dick athlete on the field.
My question, I
got 400 points this season, or 450 points this season. Yeah, because you've got 150 points for every time you caught the ball.
But to be fair, do you know how good your eyes have to be to catch the snitch?
Speaking of that,
yeah, go on.
He wears fucking glasses. His eyesight's not good enough for this shit.
Good counterpoint.
You know what?
I know. I'm like, I love Harry Potter, but I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
I realize he's probably got some charm.
He can't fucking see without his glasses.
And they're bitching about a fantasy magical children's series. I'm 34, everybody.
I was just, as soon as you said that,
Nick's 35.
Yeah, and I'm talking about fucking Harry Potter.
Oh, it's going to get worse. We're going to go into wrestling and football in a bit. We'll get to man shit. Trust us. Go on, Nick.
But no, Harry Potter, I realize that whenever you see like athletes who have like, glasses and stuff that play sports, they got like the really big, thick goggles with like the headband all around. I'm thinking like, I know Harry's probably got some like charm or something that keeps his glasses on his face, but dear God, I want to see Daniel Radcliffe like going full on, looking like he's a 90s NBA player, That's what I want to see with Harry Potter. But there was one last thing I wanted to talk about.
Go for
Harry
it.
Potter, but I can't remember.
Oh, we got to talk about Harry Potter. Clark's not here, so we'll just We'll just. I got a few things to talk about on my topic, so we got plenty of time to just gush about shit we like. Go on, Nick.
Yeah, we should fill Clark's time with like slam poetry.
No, go on, Nick.
Or we can all just fart into the microphone in honor of Clark.
I mean, there's fetishes out there who would pay money for that.
No, thank you. Anyways,
you have some dignity.
All right.
Very little. That's where I draw the line.
There's some things I won't do for $1.
I would do anything for love.
But I won't do that.
But I won't do that.
Anyway, Nick, go on.
Basically, going back to Hogwarts Legacy, though, I'm really excited to play that game myself, even though it's been out forever. But
I know, it's so fun.
I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth right now, and once that's done, then I'm going to finally play Hogwarts Legacy. Go on.
Well, for me, I just kind of look at it as, like, that game Rockstar Bully. Like, that looks like, the Harry Potter version of that. It's like, that's like every kid's dream. And damn it, whoever's in charge of it, if you want to get so many people to buy stuff of your any Harry Potter stuff, do a tabletop role-playing game.
Oh,
so many of the fan fiction kids would come out and be like,
Joe Rowling is sitting on another yacht. Just saying, oh yeah, here you go. Make a role playing game.
It doesn't even matter. Give it to WotC, Wizards of the Coast. I know that's probably
not them right now.
Let Warner Brothers do it. Let whoever did the Marvel Multiverse. It doesn't matter how great the system is.
How are the people who made Pathfinder? Just have them do it.
It
would be so much fun where you're just like, oh gosh.
Do you know how much fun I would be as a DM? I'm like, okay, You're going in the Chamber of Secrets. I hope you guys specialized in whatever it would be for perception so you don't fucking die.
Me as a DM, though, I'd always sexualize the victim.
Oh, you died.
The victim, the villain, not the victim.
Basilisk stare. You're fucking dead.
But think about so much stuff you could do. So much stuff you can do. You could do all your classes could be your classes are Gryffindor, Slytherin, any of the houses. And then you can have like different books that come out and it's like, here's what you'd be like. What were the other two?
I have an idea for a campaign.
Wizard. You could use those books, and then you can even throw out the fantastic.
Oh my god!
We don't care if we get credit. Just make this. If you get the idea, just make it, Warner Brothers.
Please,
Nick,
please.
Because you
try Wizard Tournament.
Here's another good idea. You could even do co-founders campaigns. Like, hey, we want to play a campaign where we're making Hogwarts and we're the co-founders. or the Coca, Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw, and of course Salazar Slytherin. Wouldn't that be fucking awesome?
That'd be so cool.
Oh, and
Clark's the resident Hufflepuff. He'd have to dress up as Helena.
And here's the thing: like they could release an expansion of that, and then they can actually make official history of those characters, like actual history of who was.
I think there is some basic idea,
but I like that it's vague.
Oh my gosh,
I really appreciate the vagueness.
Going back to whatchamacallit, Legacy, a couple of other few things I've learned. Merlin was a Slytherin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Merlin exists in the Hogwarts universe.
That was always something I always wanted to hear more about because he always had the card.
Yep.
And I was like, I want to hear more about like Merlin. Like, what was he like?
Exactly. And
very ambitious. I don't remember most of it.
Sounds like Slytherin.
He's a Slytherin.
Yeah.
Right.
But throughout the game, there's these trials that he left behind.
Ooh.
You give it like an offering of mallow sweet leaves, and then you have to figure out the puzzle.
Oh, I want to play this
to pass the trial, and the more of those you pass, the more like
God bless those developers.
Get. And there's so many different types of like they're my favorite right now.
Avalanche
there's one where you have to jump from like pillar to pillar. There's a couple that you have to like do accio and lead a bunch of like objects into various like indentations.
Mm-hmm.
You just in some of them you can't solve it until you have the spell set for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty much like Tears of the Kingdom meets Bully with Harry Potter.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
And every time you solve one, a canopy comes up, and then like a silhouette of like stars of Merlin holding something pops up.
God, that sounds like...
So that's really cool.
I only got to play the first beginning of Harry... Like, the intro, basically. I didn't get to play much. I did one class, and that's it. And then I had to move, and I didn't have the PS5.
Yeah.
But God, I want to play so badly.
So fun. I can't wait. I can't wait for divination class, because that's where I would excel.
It just sucks when you're an adult, because you just don't have free time anymore. Because I guarantee you, if this game came out...
It's one of the reasons why I keep my job. I only got to work 3 days a week.
I hate you, but God bless you.
Oh my God!
You deserve that.
Trying to get past one of the years in Hogwarts Legacy would actually take an entire school year with how busy adults are in this day.
Oh my God!
Honestly, I would do it though.
Dude, I picked up Rebirth, and I'm now just starting to play it again.
Yeah,
I picked it up right when it came out. I just don't have time.
Right,
but man, this game is fucking incredible. Like the graphics are nice.
Mm-hmm.
The weather cycling is cool.
See, this sounds like a game to take off like a week of work to grind out and play.
It's so
just
much
don't
fun.
even leave the house. Yeah. Just like
you can swim, you can swim, you can dive for treasure.
So what's Hogsmeade like?
It's like a cute it's a cute village. Yeah, you can go into it, and there's like you can go into the Three Broomsticks. You can go to Honeydukes. You can go to the potion shop. Ollivander's has a shop there too. Oh. You can go anywhere there. It's so cool.
And can you ride your broomstick around?
You can't ride your broomstick in Hogsmeade. That's against their rules.
Like you can ride around the.
But you can ride around the open world. And your
what's it like flying around the
castle? So pretty because oh my gosh, there's so much detail.
You wanted to do that as a kid, didn't you?
Yeah, no shit.
How much did you dream about doing that as a kid?
All the time. My letter never came. I'm still upset.
Were you like, I was like that as a kid? I wanted my letter so bad.
I wanted it so bad.
You were hoping...
If I got a letter today, I'd still be psyched. I'd be like, you know what? If the character I'm playing as starts as a 5th year, I can start as how old I am now.
Were you hoping that you would come home from school one day and your mom would be like, you got a letter in the chimney? And it'd be, dear Payton, you've been invited to.
Yeah, and I'd be like, fuck all of you, I'm out.
That would be the cruelest.
I love you guys, I'm just playing, but... You guys aren't listening, but still.
But here's
I fooled you. You're not going to Hogwarts. That's fake.
But that's cool about Hogwarts, because if you really think about
it... That would break me. You know how much that would break me?
You can't bring any electronics in, because electronics and magic do
Okay, I need my memes, though. Are there wizarding memes?
You would find a way to do it.
Are there wizarding memes?
You're a Ravenclaw. You'll find a way to.
What do the Muggleborns do? They show up and they start talking about memes, and everybody, all the other wizard kids are like,
wouldn't that be great? Because, for a fact, if it was modern day Hogwarts, they would have their variant of memes, and then
they show.
Yeah, the Muggleborns go like,
that's showing everybody how to dab.
Don't break the magic of Hogwarts for me now. I don't imagine.
Oh my gosh! Now I'm picturing
that class straight up.
Are the Gen Z slang terms?
No, don't stop ruining the magic of Hogwarts for me.
It'd be funny. I like to think of how it would evolve.
I know, but
especially with Muggleborns and whatnot. That's hilarious.
I can imagine like Hogwarts in the 90s, and they're listening to a bunch of like pop music and stuff. Because what was it? The first book is 1993.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Harry and the rest of Hogwarts are all jamming out to Ice Ice Baby.
Fun fact: Harry Potter and my mom are the same age.
That's scary.
I know.
Oh shit!
Daniel Radcliffe and I are the same age.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin's in his 40s, mid 40s. So, Nick, you did something recently that kind of baffled me. You forwent seeing live on television Wrestlemania for something else. Well, what was that?
Well, I am a season ticket holder of the UFL St. Louis Battlehawks football team, the league that The Rock runs. Like he runs, like he's one of the owners of the entire league, and I got season tickets. I love football, and I like the NFL.
Sports ball.
No sports. Sports ball.
I'll go ahead and humor you, Nick. What's it about the Battlehawks that you like?
Honestly, I could go into this really long, boring conversation about the St. Louis Rams and with them leaving St. Louis and going back to LA. And then,
LA.
Yeah.
You just such a dismissive tone you gave to it. LA.
It's a Letterkenny joke.
Oh.
Anybody who says LA, it always sounds like LA.
I watch Letterkenny in spots. I never watch it season by season. I go, I'm going to watch this episode. I'm going to watch this episode.
You have to be in the headspace for it, though.
To be fair.
The flow is very fast.
Oh, very.
To be fair. Anyway, Nick, go on. And with more arousing...
Arousing. Everybody... Arousing. You gotta do it too. It's arousing.
Arousing. Oh, Rocky.
Rocky.
Oh, we're just going to do the rest of this as Tim Caddy. So, tell me about the Battlehawks.
I mean, to me, I find the UFL style of football to be a lot more exciting than anything the NFL is doing right now. Because for me, the NFL, I can go on and on about what I have issues with them, but also the fact that we got so many passionate fans in St. Louis that really want to watch football, and we lost that opportunity, and now we got it back, and we do not want it to go away.
So, Nick, do you like to see big, muscly, sweaty men tackle each other on a big field?
Oh, he meant it.
Honestly, I don't know if you're talking about wrestling or football, because Wrestlemania...
If I have to suffer, you have to suffer. You're getting curry.
I really don't know if you are talking about wrestling or football, because still, at WrestleMania that night, there was a bunch of big, sweaty men slamming each other in the middle of a football field, too. It was on Ford Field in Detroit.
You want to know the difference?
Yeah.
One has one ball in the air, the other has two.
Depends on the maneuver you're using. Oh my gosh, I just realized WrestleMania 40 was in Philadelphia. I don't know why I said Detroit. I was thinking of SummerSlam for some
Wrestling's
reason.
a little fruity, though.
Just a little.
You got two guys fighting over who has the biggest blingy belt.
Okay, to be fair, since Clark's not here to roll his eyes as well, since there's two wrestling fans in this, I was introduced during the Attitude Era, peak Attitude Era, during the Monday Night Wars. I think we talked about those like in the first episode or the second, I can't remember, but when you're like 3 or 4 years old in the 90s, the early 90s, when everything's extreme and awesome and with words like Nitro or what are other 90s like words?
Nitro, Raw, SmackDown, Thunder.
Besides wrestling, like terms. Just the genuine like terms they would use around the 90s, like this has NOS Nitro or this is so extreme and radical. Oh, so I miss Psych.
Bring it back.
Okay, you're just gonna call me an old man.
Bring it back.
Nah, remember when Borat did that?
I remember when Wayne's World did that.
But I got introduced, I was originally watching WCW because my mom was like, you can't watch WWF. They say bad words in that.
And they show titties.
I mean,
as close to bare as possible.
Here's the thing. In the beginning, I watched WCW, and then when we moved out of St. Louis to into the county area, I met another guy named Kyle, who became a good friend of mine. We lost touch years ago. I would go over to his house on certain nights and watch WWF because he would record them. So I'm sitting there watching Stone Cold Steve Austin going, what? And just seeing Sable just, got God bless her.
Yeah, 2-time Playboy, you know?
But it was just great because you got to see, because I wasn't watching like wrestling like in the 80s, you know, because I was born in 89, so I got the Attitude Era. But so when I saw it, I'm like, why does everybody hate this Hollywood Hogan guy? I thought he was pretty cool. I didn't have the backstory of knowing, oh, he was a good guy. Everybody loved him. Now he's with WCW and he's bad. Grow up, babies.
I mean, that was like the biggest twist of the 90s.
I love wrestling fans because it's the most silliest thing. Hang on. Let me explain it. It is the silliest shit in the world, but wrestling fans take it so fucking seriously. How seriously do they take it, Nick?
Oh, I mean, you just go onto the internet and look under wrestling message board, and you'll have a grand old time going through all that.
I'd rather just not do that.
I actually, we talked a little bit about this, that I wanted to get your reaction on wrestling. Like, if I showed you wrestling matches, like some famous ones.
Oh, yeah.
Would you rather watch the good wrestling
or the
really bad wrestling? I'm going to say, like,
we should do
both. Wrestlemania this last
Let's
week.
do both.
She has to watch. Because,
like, when I say I don't like sports, I don't really like sports, but I can appreciate it when...
This is live theater I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. It's the male soap opera for me.
Because if I had fallen out of wrestling, like, right before John Cena got into it, I'm going to swing back around. And you...
That's amazing. You know that.
It's a meme. And I'm chronically online. It's a problem. Did you see this thing on the internet? And I'm like, I've been here since the dawn of the internet. Don't test me, child.
but he actually showed up at WrestleMania this last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Could you see him?
Another rival with The Rock.
You could.
You could see him?
The cameras were that good that we could get him on camera. Even though he went, he waved his hand in front of his face.
But, like, you got me back into it because... remember after St. Louis Comic-Con, we went back to your buddy Matt's place and we were watching WrestleMania when Daniel Bryan was going for the title.
Oh, yeah.
That was such a good show, and it brought back all those childhood memories. Like, this is why I watched it. And then you showed me what Chris Jericho was doing at the time. That's when he was doing the list of Jericho, and, when he was still just leading Monday Night Raw with him and Kevin. My best friend, Kevin Owens! You stupid idiot! Love Chris Jericho.
There was... That's the beauty of pro wrestling right there, because the ending to that Daniel Bryan where he won both championships at WrestleMania.
Yes.
Had a whole crowd of people. Like, it literally looks like a wave of all these people like throwing their hands up in the air going, yes.
Triple H was such a bastard in that match.
Oh, Triple H.
Now,
you bitch.
Right now, though.
I can't watch Triple H anymore. You ruined it.
What if I told you, though, Kyle? What if I told you that I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you all know, but wrestling is like at its hottest peak right now.
Really?
Probably even hotter than the Attitude.
Really?
Well, think about it, because you have AEW and you also have WWE. Now they're rivaling back to back. And you can say WWE is finally going, hey, we need proper writing now. We need proper matches. We need proper talent.
I remember
proper writing.
episode.
Shut up. You know what I mean.
Oh my gosh, the things men will do to avoid saying they're watching a soap opera.
No, that's the thing. The ending to WrestleMania was pretty much like a written, but also like real life soap opera that happened. It was actually blurring the lines between fiction and reality.
It sounds like it does that often, though, considering they bring people back from the dead.
Hey, I can't
laugh. I mean, yeah, Vince McMahon once, but his career at WWE's dead. But anyway.
But in terms of really good matches Payton needs to watch, she has to watch the WrestleMania 3 episode, not Andre, the one with Macho Man and Ricky the Steamboat.
Macho Man Randy Savage versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is possibly one of the... I mean, I would still say...
Anything with Bret Hart,
WrestleMania.
Anything with Bret Hart. Bret Hart's still, in my opinion, one of the greatest.
Bret Hart versus his brother Owen at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'll watch this stuff. I'll hang.
You're going to love Bret Hart.
I will shit on things, though.
Bret Hart was the pretty boy of wrestling. Remember how many, he was a great guy because he was a devout married man at the time. He didn't cheat on her. And women were just throwing themselves at him. He was.
My God.
We're celebrating a man for the bare minimum. Everybody congratulate the guy for not cheating.
No, he was there for his kids. He was just a good dude.
Let's give on because he was there for his kids.
Oh my God. I'm just saying, he looked out for his other wrestlers, and he was
he looked out for his fellow man.
You're a cunt.
Bret Hart.
You're an absolute cunt.
Bret Hart, I am
Capital
sorry.
And what I'm saying is that should be the standard for everyone. You shouldn't have to celebrate somebody for being a father or...
Let me give you perspective, because everybody else, compared to Bret Hart versus, I don't know, Ric Flair. What did Ric Flair do when he wasn't in the ring?
He was
the bare minimum.
No,
not even the bare minimum.
What was Hulk Hogan doing?
Oh, I mean, as far
All
as
these big names.
Fucking your mom, brother.
I can honestly say though.
I mean, if you want to get technical, look at Gawker.
Oh,
Bubba the Love Sponge's wife, you fucker.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
So,
what?
Yeah, that's actually Hulk Hogan's friend. There's a Hulk Hogan sex tape. That's not the bad wrestling we're gonna watch. We ain't watching.
Oh, we ain't
sex tape?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Wow, you go to the complete other side of the internet. You're Delta Quadrant.
Do you
right
want
now.
to know this history? Brief history.
Brief history.
So basically, Hulk Hogan just went through a divorce with his wife Linda.
Just recent? Oh,
not recently. During this time, this was the tail end of the shock jock era. So there was a shock jock by the name of Bubba the Love Sponge. He was on the levels of like Howard Stern, Opie, and Anthony. So he was really good. He was really close friends with Hulk Hogan, and he was just one of those guys who really gets off to like, "Hey, fuck my wife! Come on, Hulk, you're single now, so
like someone we know."
My ex. Listen. Anyway, like, hey, you want to fuck my wife? Come on, Hulk. So he was pretty upset, but Hulk was still kind of doing that. I'm a good guy, brother. You know, I eat my vitamins. I say my prayers. I'm a good dude, brother. Even though everybody knows he's a piece of shit. Every wrestling fan knows his history. You know, Jim Cornette was coming out talking shit about him at this time. Everybody was coming out.
Vince Russo.
I think even Mean Gene had a few things to say about him.
Mean Gene did not hold back with anyone.
No.
Mean Gene.
Mean Gene Okerlund. Oh my gosh, Mean Gene was so much fun as an announcer.
We love him. But anyway, so for some reason, Bubba had a camera in his bedroom, and everywhere.
Of course, the guy who's getting cucked is going to have a camera.
So he filmed Hulk Hogan having sex, which he did not agree to. So consent there. And then didn't he sell it to Gawker, or he got
it got leaked out. He basically sued the website that had it, scrubbed it as much as they could from the internet. So if it pops up, like it's
gone
going away somewhere. But yeah, he won that lawsuit and got a shit ton of money.
And Bubba the Love Sponge career was ruined after that.
Pretty much.
Serious accident.
Well, you can't do porn without somebody else's consent.
Here's the thing.
And even though Hulk Hogan was being a piece of shit,
he was making millions.
Nobody should have to.
Like Bubba, like he wasn't like on top. Like Howard Stern was still number one. Opie and Anthony were number two. But like Bubba was like close to number three around that era. Like he was making millions of dollars. And then right after this whole scandal, he's broke. His career's ruined.
Sponge.
Yeah, stupid name.
Is that like a relative of SpongeBob?
No, he looks like a small little gremlin.
Oh my god, that sounds like the worst. We just unleashed.
Fuck my wife. That's how I'm picturing him.
Oh man, I can already see the fan fiction coming out right now.
Hell yeah, brother! I'm gonna fuck Sandy.
I'm gonna clap Sandy's cheeks.
Hell yeah, brother!
Stick it in my hole. Which one? Any of them.
Oh god.
Oh man.
We're all adults. We're so mature.
We're professionals.
We're still recording, right?
Yes, we got that on tape. Are these people canceled yet?
So wrestling.
Back to wrestling. So what happened during WrestleMania? Because I know The Rock has come back and he's playing a heel. Yeah. That's something he hasn't done in a long time.
Yeah, so
since the Nation of
I'm
Domination.
sick of seeing The Rock.
Since the Nation of Domination days?
The Rock needs to take a nap. He needs to just sit down for a while.
I mean, he can't. He's always working.
He's going to die early. I guarantee it.
I don't want him to die. He's I'm sick of like...
No. It's not because I want him to die. No, I want him to live. It's just what he's doing to his body. He's overworking himself. He's on steroids. He's in his mid-50s.
And he sleeps like 4 hours a night.
Yeah, and he's working out, as much as I work out and work for a living, he's doing that 5, maybe 10 times more than me. And I'm like like burnt out.
Yeah.
So
He just needs to take a nap.
he's got that drive.
Several.
He's won, but he thinks there's still more mountains to climb. Like he's achieved every.
That's both admirable and annoying.
I know. It's kind of like Schwarzenegger back in the day. I love you, I love you, Arnie.
But
Not as much as his kid's nanny.
He's still a good dad. He's taking care of
I
Joseph.
know.
the whole thing about the
Yay for being a good dad!
Bare minimum! Give it a bare minimum!
Again, I'm very sorry.
We need to make that a sound.
Oh no!
For the bare minimum!
Yes. So sorry. So go on. What's going on?
No, this was like last time The Rock was a heel was like when he came back and he was like a big Hollywood star, and that was like the last time he was like really a heel.
Mm-hmm.
But this time he came back and it was a crazy story. He was really pissed off that he couldn't like get the match that he wanted against his cousin at WrestleMania to see which one of them would be like the head of the bloodline, which is like that's a whole other story.
I love wrestling. It's like comic books. I love and hate.
This would be like Game of Thrones.
It's a soap opera.
Oh, it got really crazy in the 80s and 90s. Trust me, this is tame.
80s and 90s was more cartoonish. This was like dipping into like real stuff that's going on. So The Rock started actually like fighting Cody Rhodes. And he joined his cousin instead of, fighting him. He joined him. And they started fighting Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes won.
Speaking of which, what a comeback Cody Rhodes is making on WWE.
WWE.
Other story. Spoiler alert, at the end of the story, Cody Rhodes ends up becoming the new undisputed WWE Universal Champion. So, great times there.
Payton's like, that's a thing.
Yeah.
That is indeed a thing. I'm happy for him.
I don't know what that is, but
I love watching people enjoy things.
I am so happy.
Am I dissociating the whole time?
Yes.
The sound.
So a lot of crazy shit was going on, including Rock coming back, and he was whipping Cody with a belt, beat the hell out of him, and he was promising, like, I'm going to, by the end of the night, this belt that has Mama Rhodes on it, Cody Rhodes' mother, it's going to have your blood smeared on it. Then The Rock, like, beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes in the parking lot and, like, slammed him into a bus, cut his head open. He's, like, gushing blood out.
Oh, they're actually showing blood again?
They're showing blood all over the place.
Oh, dude.
Like, Cody's shirt's, like, ripped open, and it just so happens to be raining right there, so it looks really fucking cool.
I need to see this. I need to watch this.
It's fucking amazing.
This sounds like amazing aesthetic.
And then The Rock...
If Jericho knows what's best for him, he should come back. Now's the time to come back to WWE.
But
since Vince is gone, fuck that asshole. Go on.
The Rock takes his hand, wipes Cody's blood onto his hand, and then wipes it on the belt, and he's like, "Here you go, Mama Rose."
That's fucking right. Okay,
like,
I gotta watch it.
This is
metal as hell.
All right, after recording, can we watch that? I really want to watch that.
It's fucking amazing.
All right.
Wrestling is so fucking awesome, right?
Dude, that's why after the Attitude Era was starting to peter out, that's why I stopped watching. I just wasn't interested.
The term peter out.
It was a slow peter.
How old are you?
It was a slow peter.
Basically, WWE won the Monday Night Wars, and they ended up buying their competition for like a fraction of the cost of what they were originally.
That was so epic. As a kid, that was epic. When you had Shane McMahon just standing there in the middle of the WC crowd, just like claiming victory. I was like, God damn, that's awesome. God damn.
Whole crazy ass story that could go on there as well, the invasion. But yeah, WWE won. They didn't have any competition, so they became a little stagnant.
I gotcha.
But right now, we're
they own the market.
It's like a renaissance.
Right. We're at a renaissance. It was so
kind of like the Twilight Renaissance.
Yeah. I mean, WrestleMania is like...
Oh, I thought you meant the ratties.
Yes, that's what I mean. The Twilight Renaissance.
I love them. I love like Twilight. I love and hate it too. That's
You're supposed to love and hate it, yeah. Sorry, anyways. I will always go back to Twilight, but let's go.
So anyway,
that episode is down the pipeline. Trust us, we will have a Twilight love hate gush fest. I'm so sorry, everybody.
I'm taking a step
quick side tangent. My cousin and I have agreed that we're both going to rewrite it and then swap it.
God
We
bless
just had
you.
some technical difficulties here.
I'm a klutz. That's what it is.
I didn't make the loud noise this time. I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me, guys.
Drink. I am so sorry.
Stardust, when did you get here?
Oh,
my
Barbara,
God.
You ruined my career, Barbara.
Stardust. That was actually what Cody Rhodes was originally called.
That was true.
Stop it.
Yes.
Life imitates art.
He came out, painted gold face with a star across his face, and then it was a whole gold suit, and he looked a lot like his brother Gold Dust.
Thank God he didn't
And
stick to that gimmick.
There's a whole lot.
Stardust
crazy
should
shit.
have a sister named Gold Dust.
That's actually his brother.
Yeah, that's his brother.
His brother was first, and he was like,
I will
first.
come up with the gold dust voice then. Jess can have the Stardust voice.
Oh my gosh, you would. Oh my, she would love Gold Dust.
Oh yeah.
The most
Oh, we
homoerotic.
have to
thing.
show her some gold dust
Oh
matches.
my gosh,
You like I love
that's gonna go.
She's gonna go. I love wrestling.
homoerotic.
This is wonderful.
So, anyways, Stardust original now.
Dusty
Cody
Rhodes was
Rhodes.
not gay at all. He's painfully straight.
Yeah.
Anybody who says painfully straight, you're gay.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like sharing the bed gay?
Yes.
Honestly,
Funny.
Dustin Rhodes wanted to go so far with the character that apparently a rumor says that he actually wanted to get real breast implants. So that's dedication right there.
I mean, anything
Fucking
for a
Dan-
paycheck.
That's method acting to like the umph.
I mean, that paycheck must have been
Daniel
worth it.
Day-Lewis.
I mean, like, look at Undertaker, man. Like, he had a
He came back this last weekend. So The Rock.
It really
so
that takes away from his like the actual when he walked away. Not walked away.
it actually made a lot of sense in the end. It's a whole crazy story.
I'll watch it. Don't spoil it for me.
But a whole bunch of shit was going on. Cody Rhodes gets a friend, finds a tag team partner and a guy who used to be his enemy, Seth Rollins, who's the WWE World Champion, not the undisputed Universal Champion, but just the champion of the world. He teams up with Cody Rhodes against The Rock and his cousin, Roman Reigns, at first night of WrestleMania. The first night.
Mm-hmm.
There was 2 nights, and they both wrestled 2 matches. So The Rock and Roman Reigns beat Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes in this tag team match. And now, because of that, the stipulation was whoever the match is now called Bloodline Rules, or anything goes. So Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed championship. They're now battling with no rules, and Roman Reigns has like an army of his family members ready to pounce, including The Rock.
Hey.
Okay, so it's literally family against family.
Pretty much, and Cody
Family.
Cody has some some people on his side.
Just Vin Diesel coming out in the middle of the ring. It's about family.
The night just ends after that.
The Rock was in the Fast and the Furious movies. This could be a good way for them to mend that bridge because they have an infamous disagreement on
That
set.
is true. Yeah. A whole fast. We should do an episode.
Oh,
of Fast.
The Rock having an ego. The Rock having an ego.
I tried to watch the first one, but as soon as he said, I live my life a quarter mile at a time,
That
Oh my God! When did
I
Vin
couldn't
Diesel get
stop.
here?
I could not. I had to stop.
that was late '90s goodness.
No.
Don't forget Triple X.
I literally turned it off.
Don't forget.
I turned it off.
Hey, don't forget the famous line in Triple X. I want all that in here. He sees all the guns outside of his car, and he goes, "I want that in here."
Absolutely not. I had never
Fucking
shut
ballot.
something off so fast.
Get your own goddamn guns. It's your fucking mission.
God. I was like, I'm not watching this garbage.
Did you watch The Pacifier?
Yes.
I did see that.
I was a child and I thought it was funny.
Thank
So
goodness.
Brad Garrett was funny in that. Raymond.
I was a child. I thought it was funny because of this silly child.
I'm in a movie with Vin Diesel. I'm gonna dress up in a diaper.
I'm totally not going to be doing sandwich commercials in 25 years.
I'm Brad Garrett. I was in Every Man Loves Raymond. I was the voice Spencer.
He's still out. He's still around. He's a very famous character.
He's the Jimmy John's commercial mob guy.
I'm going to get Jimmy Johns.
I love Brad Garrett. And he's also
Too damn fast getting to their customers.
also he's a prolific voice actor too. So he's doing very well. I hope he is. Watch like one person typing him. He died. Oh shit. Sorry.
10 years ago.
You come from New York now?
I'm just like that the aunt from Christmas Vacation. Grace? She died 30 years ago.
Grace, she died. That's the voice of Betty Boop.
I know.
That my brain has to do that. Did you know?
Did you know?
See, that's the thing I hate about my brain. You just cannot turn off. Like, you could just be in the middle of a conversation and they just say, I did this. And then your brain goes, I must tell them about the trivia I know.
I just tell them what I know.
I must interrupt this conversation just to interject something they have no need of in their life. Oh, thank you.
That's the only kind of smarts I possess.
That's how you know I'm intelligent. I remember movie trivia facts. That's going to get me somewhere.
I remember serial killer facts. That's going to get me somewhere.
Yeah. That's me and my mom. She's like, you want to watch a true crime documentary? Yes. Do you want to watch it? Do you want to watch a documentary about Ed Gein? Yes.
Morbid's they're covering Ed Gein right now.
Ooh, I need to watch it.
Shout out to Morbid.
Shout out to Morbid. We love you, girls.
Love you, girls. Also, just a little tip. Your ads are a lot these days. I still love you, though, and I'll still listen. Anyways.
When did we get off the topic of wrestling?
I don't know. We're ADD riddled, so we always lose track. Getting back to wrestling.
Anyways, Cody Rhodes.
You were talking about the bloodlines, like literally, like, we were talking about family. It was like during the family piece.
Right.
Yeah, that's no. No, we're not going back down that road.
We go down to Vin Diesel hallway. We're never coming back.
I live my life a quarter
No. We're just repeating it. Go back.
Anyways,
just reverse that card back up.
Cody Rhodes is trying to defeat Roman Reigns, who's been the world, the undisputed champion for nearly 4 years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to beat him, 4 years. That's like, 1,000, almost 1,500 days as a champion. So Cody's about to win and everything, and, everything's, going according to plan. And then The Rock comes out and he's about ready to kick Cody's ass and everything. But meanwhile, before that, John Cena came back.
John Cena!
And he's like...
Did they play that when he came out?
Oh, yeah.
I
was like, he probably should have been there maybe a few minutes late, or a few minutes earlier, when the whipping started. Waited like 2 minutes for... Because The Rock's like whipping Cody Rhodes with a belt.
Well, you gotta have that little...
The homoeroticism of wrestling.
He wasn't enjoying it. I mean, I don't think.
So John Cena's back.
Yeah, I mean, it's, just kind of a one-off appearance. He takes a big guy named Solo Sikoa, throws him through a table.
If you really look at it, it's kind of funny that John Cena's back, because he's now made it big in Hollywood. Remember when The Rock first came back and John Cena had that view of him, because, you in Hollywood, you came back. Well, now John Cena's kind of...
Right.
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
I mean, John Cena admitted, he was kind of wrong in that situation with The Rock and everything.
Yeah, because he's got money now.
Right.
He
realizes that, wrestling, no need to wrestle and put your body through that for that long.
I'm joking, John Cena. I don't mean that. I'm joking. Please come on the show.
But no, actually, never mind. John Cena did not show up before The Rock. The Rock came out after John Cena, and then The Rock gave him the rock bottom, and John Cena's out.
No people's elbow?
Gave him the what?
The rock bottom.
That's his finishing move.
Can you not smell what The Rock is cooking? Clearly not, Payton.
And The Rock has a finishing move called the People's L Drop, which is an intricate dance.
It's beautiful. You have to... No, she has to watch old Rock episodes from the 90s. Gosh. She has to see.
This was...
I'm going to have to be drunk.
Oh, you'll be quite crossfaded for that evening.
I don't often get crossfaded.
Fine drunk.
It's beautiful stuff.
Oh. No, I'm just saying, I don't do it often and...
That's good.
All. That's a good thing.
That's good.
Because remember the couple years ago, and that's all I did. So.
Oh. You have a problem. Don't remind me.
I know.
Thank you.
But anyways, so The Rock then beats up John Cena with the rock bottom, throws him out of the ring. Then he starts beating up Cody and stuff, and then all of a sudden the lights go out, and the freaking Undertaker is back.
Oh my god.
The lights went out, then all of a sudden it came back in, and he was suddenly in the ring.
That's awesome!
And he does a big choke slam to The Rock.
That's fucking awesome!
Then, long story short, some shenanigans happen, and Cody Rhodes...
The Undertaker's supernatural. It's fucking awesome. You will love The Undertaker. Trust me, you will. She will love The Undertaker. And Kane.
What am I...
God.
Dude, what am I getting myself
that Undertaker and Kane rivalry
Undertaker and Kane is like soap opera at its maximum.
They were long-lost brothers, separated by birth.
No, not separated at birth. One of them, Undertaker, thought his brother Kane died in a fire, but it turns out he was actually alive. And it was a fire that killed their parents. I love. But it turns out he was badly scarred, and he had to wear a mask over his face.
mask.
You can't see it, but I have my head buried in my hands right now.
Like red and black leather.
And then it turns out his real father is actually Paul Bearer.
Undertaker.
Mickey Mouse?
No, it's Paul Bearer.
It's actually Paul Bearer.
He would talk like that. Undertaker.
Like he was always in awe. And
we respect Paul Bearer in this house.
We definitely do.
I just love his name, too.
Bearer.
I love his name, Paul Bearer.
It's awesome.
Little play on words.
That's awesome.
Little touch of that.
It's pretty cool.
Touch of the macabre.
And then, the Undertaker was a...
I do love a good touch of the macabre.
Just a slight touch of the macabre is always needed. Go on, Nick. Sorry.
But anyways, then the Undertaker, started leading his own cult, and then he became an American biker badass. And
Payton, you would love the Wyatt family, too. The Wyatt family era.
I'll take your word for it.
Wyatt family's a cult of Southern rednecks.
Southern rednecks, creepy cults.
I got the whole world.
What's Bray Wyatt's finisher move?
Sister Abigail.
And what does he do?
A witch.
Oh yeah, there's some dark.
A witch that they all seem to worship in this.
What the fuck?
Compound.
I love that. Don't get me wrong. I love a good witch worship.
He uses magic to brainwash the other wrestlers to joining the family. Think of Resident Evil 7 vibes.
So a cult leader.
And then after Sister Abigail died, he came back as a children's show host with really dark intentions.
Stop! This is so edgy.
Did he come back as the demon?
He came back as the Fiend.
Oh, the Fiend!
He came out and he was like,
I'm about to unplug this mic and just leave.
I cannot take this.
Split personality. He was Bray Wyatt, happy-go-lucky, children's show host, and then he became the Dark Fiend that leaked out, and then was like a murderous.
I know you can't see it, but Peyton's eye rolls are just so numerous and so funny.
It sounds like a classic.
Maybe one day we'll have this on camera.
Sounds like a classic.
But then I'll have to try and not look like a gremlin.
You think I'm going to try?
Anyways, that was pretty cool.
Why do y'all not see anything? I'm just talking. This is a podcast.
There's creeps on the internet. Ew.
I'm hexing all of you.
So recently, I've just been kind of during this time of recording, the eclipse happened, and, everyone I've known is just kind of in a weird...
funk. It's the funk before the transformation.
The funk. Yeah. So I've just been kind of indulging in...
hangover.
So whenever I was in these kind of moods as a kid or a teenager, the teen years, listening to The Cure.
Blasting My Chemical Romance. I still do that.
And with the awful...
That's never going to change.
No.
This has not...
It wasn't a phase, Mom!
It's still going on. Not to blast Bill Skarsgård, I really love him, but with the recent announcement of the new Crow movie...
I hope it's better than we think it's going to be.
I don't trust the director.
I don't... the design was too much for me,
The guy who directed it is the guy who directed
Does Bill Skarsgård look fine in that advertisement? Yes. Does he look like the Crow? No.
No. He does not look like Sting.
The director, I blame the director because he's a talentless hack. He directed the first Snow White and the Huntsman movie with Kristen Stewart that nobody remembers. He directed the live-action remake of Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson, which I saw in theaters because I'm a big fan of the original, which is garbage. And now he's directed the remake of The Crow. No, it's going to be garbage.
Garbage.
Stop giving this man work. Just let him be a set designer. Let him do that. Let him just,
make things pretty.
Just go sweep. Have him sweep the set.
Make him feel useful.
Yes, here you go.
You're a big helper.
When he brings you a script and he goes, I wrote a script. You go, very good, and you pin it on the refrigerator on the set where they keep their lunches, so that way you can get a gold star for him. Rupert Sanders.
He feels important.
I know, Rupert. I know, Daddy. Daddy helped you get this job. I'm a director. I know. How many movies did you direct? 2? Very good, Rupert. I hate him.
I feel like this whole thing has been planned out in your head.
Hey, Rupert, you want to come on our show? I'd love to talk to you. Go ahead. Invitation's open. So, getting long rant over on Rupert Sanders' talentless hack. I feel like it's I've been looking at some Anne Rice stuff again, Interview with a Vampire. And then,
Vampire.
And I'm starting to write the plot for the Vampire the Masquerade campaign we're going to pull in October, which we're going to stream. I'm moving in summer of this year, and we're going to get we're going to get a whole studio set up and actual cameras, and we're going to start streaming our Let's Plays and our RPG sessions and board games, because Nick is a board game fanatic. So tune in for that.
And you can watch me play The Sims and then give up on that sim and then make a build then give up on that build.
I'll join in on that.
And then half-heartedly try a challenge.
I'll be laughing at you
and then give up on the challenge.
I'll be laughing at you in the comments.
I'm going to attempt a Honey Baby challenge.
I'm going to make it to like 3 and I'm going to be like, I'm done.
But I really want to...
it's a moral victory. I was able to make it to 5.
A moral opposition to this game. Reckless procreation.
Nick, can you say for dry, red eyes, clear eyes is awesome. It has the ingredients for moisturize. Wow. Ben Stein. That's a commercial 90s and early 2000s. Clear eyes.
Yeah, I remember the voice.
I remember Win Ben Stein's Money.
That was a great game show. It was very funny.
It was just a game where Ben Stein let you win his money.
It was funny, though. It was funny.
So Ben Stein, while dry as his acting and humor is quite top-notch.
Anyway, so
I feel like the world's oldest vampire would have that kind of sense of humor.
like Peter from What We Do in the Shadows.
The one who had an affair with everybody.
Which one? Oh, you're talking about the show.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the movie.
Oh, I was talking about the ancient vampire.
Oh, yeah.
He had an affair with, like, everyone.
Oh, Laszlo, he's my favorite character.
He had an affair with Laszlo and Nadia.
Now, come out here. Here's my favorite vagina. It's my mother's. It's properly trimmed. I love that show so much. Laszlo, Matt Berry, legend he is. He almost as equal to our fellow legend here, Nick. Almost. But Matt Berry just nails that role. And who plays Nadia?
I don't know, but we're werewolves, not swearwolves.
But that's what I wanted to talk about, because like I've just been in this mode of because I want to write the Vampire the Masquerade campaign.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it for the whole month of October. We're going to get all dressed up and like as our like favorite vampires, whatever we want to do. And I've just been like, what is it about synonymous about goth people and vampires?
Because the vampires just the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Lounging around in my finest fine wear.
Because they have...
Drinking blood out of a crystal chalice.
But they have the world, but at the same time...
At what cost?
What costs the melancholy?
Little melancholic, long-suffering, I miss the sunlight.
I know! It oozes aesthetic.
And it's sexy!
I know! It's like every time... So, I remember...
To be a vampire is to want to consume and be consumed.
It's like when I watched Interview with the Vampire, it was like right when I was kind of like coming out of the closet around that time as a bisexual. I was like, am I really... Like, because like when you're bi, you're kind of questioning, you don't know. You love women. You're like, oh yeah, I love girls. But you're like, Hugh Jackman's kind of sexy though. And, he's kind of pretty too. He's got some nice abs and well-toned. Because like when I was growing up, like when you thought of gay guy, you went, hello! So that was like, no offense.
We're here, we're queer, get used to it.
I'm Carson from Queer Eye from the Straight Guy. No offense, you guys, you're beautiful. I love you, but you're just not my type. I just love, like, when I see Hugh, hey, bub, you want to get to the bed with me? Oof.
Ooh, too late.
Huge.
Too late. I'm done.
And then what really sealed the deal was when 2008 Iron Man came out, and you just see Robert Downey Jr. in the cave with his black tank top and
stop tank tops.
I didn't know we were getting.
When my man wears one. When my man wears.
Get back to it. So like,
man, I thought we were talking about vampires.
So like, I popped an Interview with a Vampire, and I was just like, oh, I get it now.
You were there when I saw it for the first time.
Because it wasn't just, oh, these are two pretty guys. It was, I love their relationship.
But you were there when I saw it for the first time.
You were in love.
Absolute adoration. Love.
As soon as you saw Claudia, as soon as you saw Claudia, you're like, that's me.
Me.
I want some more.
Me.
I want some more.
It would suck to be an immortal child, though.
And then, like I said, and I fell in love with Lestat, but like as soon as like I want to be Lestat, you just looked at me like, you're Louis.
You're Louis.
You're the sad boy. How could this happen
To me, I made my mistakes.
We're not.
Fun fact, that's the only movie that I can even bear to watch Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise in.
You hate those two so
I don't hate them, I just don't get it.
If it
Tom
was,
Cruise, maybe I hate him a little bit.
If it
but
was American Psycho Christian Bale, would you get it?
you saw the way my eyes snapped to attention there. You understand.
Oh, yeah.
you know I said yes.
Oh my god, it's perfect, even as a watermark.
Let's see.
American Psycho. No, we do not idolize Patrick Bateman. We don't. We just love the movie.
Yeah.
However, I was raised on Tumblr, so I also do like Patrick Bateman.
Let's see. As far as like the type of vampires you both want to be, I would totally want to be more like Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I could see you doing that, especially how you looked in your old high school pics. You would have been a good
Is that how you dressed in high school?
No, just the vibe he gave.
No, I was
Gotcha.
not dressing as Unabomber.
No, he was.
Or not Unabomber, not
No.
Unabomber.
Columbine
like,
shooters.
Columbine.
Nick was loud and proud that he was a nerd, but he gave off the vibe of, oh yeah, I'm also cool because I wrestle, I'm on the wrestling team, and Nick's charismatic as fuck. So it's just
Charismatic.
But, I mean, Spike, you know.
Oh,
that was,
yes.
That was the kind of
Rocker.
vampires I liked, was more modern day, less Victorian, more, you know.
because you grew up
gothy
around
high
Buffy.
school.
I like those too, but I don't know. There's just something about like
Lost Boys.
an old
Yes.
an old aristocratic, like long-suffering, lonely vampire.
Showed me Lost Boys all the way back in high school.
God, I love Lost Boys.
Michael. Kiefer Sutherland pulls off a mullet. I don't know how, but it works. And then it's the guy who plays Michael. Who's the actor's name? Does anybody know?
I don't know, but he looks like Jim Morrison,
was
and that's
cast
why he was
to look
cast.
like-
Yeah, because
he
I know
looked
this
like him.
because you told me
Yeah,
multiple times.
well, because you always say it. You always say he looks. God, he looks like every time we watch it. God, he looks like Jim Morrison.
I know. It's just I love it. I just love that look.
You just love.
Oh, Jim.
I will raise you, Cheech Moran from Dusk Till
The
Dawn.
pussy, the pussy monologue. We got slow pussy. If you can find pussy for less than a penny, fuck you. From
Ow.
Dusk Till Dawn is one of my all-time favorite movies because I remember I was with my first girlfriend. My very first girlfriend. She was kind of coddled. You know, she came from Catholics who didn't let her, kind of like our friend Grayson, you know, wasn't allowed to watch certain movies growing up because it's too dark. So she had never heard from Dusk Till Dawn. And I was like, got her.
Gotcha.
So she's watching. She's like, "Oh, do you think we'll enjoy this?" I'm like, "Oh, you will love this movie." So
Salma Hayek's in it. She's very...
I did get her on that. I did get her on that one. But she had the thing for like mid 90s George Clooney when he's starting to get the silver hair in, when he's doing ER, and when he's got that tattoo going, the gore.
Batman and Robin.
I don't get it. I don't understand the attraction.
My mom, she loved George Clooney.
No, like he has all the hallmarks of someone that I would love, and he has beautiful eyes, but that's it.
And that voice.
Ooh.
He doesn't do it for me. He doesn't do it for
He's
me.
still got it.
I mean,
But
I'm just saying, weirdly enough.
so she has no idea what she's getting into because the first half from Dusk Till Dawn is like a crime movie, you know.
right.
It's like a heist film, like these two like criminals.
Kidnapping two crazed brothers.
And the
you know,
tone-
kidnapping a family in Mexico.
Stockholm Syndrome, I hope.
In a way, sort of. I guess at one sort of point, but
Well, like she was uneasy because there's this like I don't want to spoil the well, everybody knows it, but the scene with the what is it when they had the hostage where they rent out the motel room and they got the they had the old lady and then George Clooney is like he's leaving her with Quentin Tarantino. And he comes back, and you don't see the body, but you see it in the reflection of the TV, and all you see is a shit ton of blood, and it's just dark. And this was a poor...
Why would you leave anybody alone with Quentin Tarantino?
Oh, the feet. What was he doing? But it was really to show you how fucked up his character was, that he just took this innocent woman, who they even established had a family, and just was horribly raped and murdered. And my girlfriend at times like, I don't know about this movie. This is a little too dark. I'm like, just keep going. It doesn't get this dark anymore, but keep going.
what
it gets
the
better.
fuck?
Right when they get to Mexico, right when she's watching Cheech Marin like talk about pussies, she's like, okay, this is getting a little weird. What's going on? And then the Salma Hayek dance
comes out dancing with a snake, and she's in just a bikini.
And you know for a fact Quentin Tarantino wrote this movie because what does she do?
She sticks her foot
it's the
to his
tequila
mouth.
shot toe.
Tarantino, bravo. You deserve that one. You were able to get that approved.
The way he's able to provide for his own kinks.
He got the hottest woman on God's green earth to do that. To get his kink out. God bless him.
Good for him.
We need another take. I didn't do it right.
Real angel of beauty.
Meanwhile, I was like, you need another take. So drunk.
So right when that happens, all vampires pop up. She's like, what the fuck am I watching?
Everyone's getting killed. The little mariachi band in the corner.
They're playing with
body part.
With strings attached. They're playing rock and roll with dismembered body parts.
Is like the arm of a...
This sounds like my version of Disneyland.
It's amazing. You need to watch this movie. It's absolutely amazing.
Starts killing everyone.
I just love a good musical number with skeletons playing their body parts.
And then
this guy with the fucking gun in his cock.
Sex Machine played by...
What is this movie? Is it supposed to be taken seriously?
Hang on. Sex Machine played by legendary makeup effect artist Tom Savini, who also did the effects for Friday the 13th and Dawn of the Dead, the original. He played Sex Machine.
Yeah. Just this, drifter old Mexican guy who's just got this, gadgets and stuff, and he just so happens to have in his belt buckle a gun.
It's a gun barrel, and both cylinders, they're like revolver cylinders. They're both like the balls right there, and it flips up and flips down, and you can shoot it.
But anyways, after that...
This movie's fucking awesome.
It's for men.
This movie's for women, too. It's for the fun for the whole family. The whole family can enjoy the...
Oh, not to mention...
Little Timmy?
Little Timmy can enjoy the pussy monologue.
Little Timmy, tonight is your night to, really...
This is where Timmy becomes a man.
This is where Timmy gets a foot fetish.
Timmy gets to see the hotel scene. And be scarred for life. Daddy, why do I have to go to therapy?
And then...
I don't want to go to therapy.
They make me take medicine.
And then he gets to see fucking George Clooney create this weird pile driver with a wooden stake at the end of it.
Oh.
And it's like
You better stay in my home.
And don't forget, he gives one of the best explanations for vampires ever. You want to tell the line?
I actually forgot. What is it?
Now, don't tell me what I saw were... I brought butchering. It's like, now don't tell me what I saw were vampires, because I don't believe in fucking vampires, but I do believe what I see in my own two damn eyes, and what I see are fucking vampires.
Yep.
I butchered it, but, it's just that's basically it.
Oh my god,
so, yeah,
it's a vampire.
The most 90s type of fight scene, He's got, the jackhammer with the wooden stake in it. The kids all have, water guns with holy water filled with them. And they're using crosses with with shotguns and stuff.
Oh yeah, and
fucking awesome.
Remember, he made the shotgun in the shape of a cross, and as soon as he backed him away, he would just take a shot and just.
Man, I love a good old fashioned vampire stake through the heart, decapitation, fire. The only way to kill it.
But can we talk about what was one of
or the sun?
Oh yeah,
what was the best in terms of aesthetic, in terms of both vampire, goth, and werewolf underworld? The first two with Kate Beckinsale.
That's been a long time since I've seen it.
It's not on my emotion.
Vampire, in my opinion.
Yeah,
modern day Victorian.
Yeah,
that. I don't rewatch that one as much. It doesn't hit the right chords as other things do, but that had a really good look. It had the dark, the black, the leather. The makeup. What's her name? Celine.
I feel like they need to kind of, with Underworld.
She's the main character.
She's the main character. And she's so strong and badass.
And tragic.
Not girl boss, but that old style, early 2000s, whenever you
She's not like other girls.
Not when you ever saw Mila Jovovich attempting to act. My name is Alice, and Raccoon City was destroyed. Oh God, Mila, can you at least... Okay, she's playing Mila Jovovich in this movie now. Now she's playing... She can do Lilu and Mila Jovovich. That's all she can do.
Man, I just love a good...
Ultraviolet's an underrated classic, man.
It was Mila Jovovich.
It was her magnum opus. Pure schlock.
It was pure me on the screen.
That's what her husband could jerk off.
No.
Paul W. said.
He calls it a schlock.
And
I'm
he's
gonna
like
read
the
like Mortal
director
Kombat
and he's
cast
always,
my wife as Sonya.
he's always the director of her movies too. So
Like
it's just
Rob Zombie.
way with her.
Speaking of which, what
You
is
act-
Like Rob Zombie and Sherry Moon.
Yeah. Rob Zombie.
He loves her so much.
God bless it.
Well,
Well,
Zombie on the other set of Monsters. Now act more like the Velma. Or what was? Oh God, what was her name in the movie?
Vampira.
no.
What am
Anyways,
I thinking
I think
of?
we'll be here all day thinking of it.
But hey,
Lily
for
Munster?
remember for the longest time it was whenever a Tim Burton movie came out. Where's Helena Bonham Carter?
Where's Johnny Depp?
Where's
And it's
Johnny
like trying to
Depp?
find-
When they divorced, who got custody of Johnny?
I was like, thank God, no more Helena. I love Helena.
I love her too.
Speaking of goth, like when I saw her in like Frankenstein as a little kid, I was like, she's beautiful. And my mom's like, why?
She's played Anne Boleyn before, so
And then
you know
I saw her
her.
as Bellatrix, and
She plays crazy so well.
and hot.
like her and Winona Ryder.
Mrs. Lovett.
Ava Green.
Like we're all like, oh.
Like
Yummy.
these meat pigs.
And this woman. Why would she associate? She's a traitor to all women folk.
But,
Where did we go?
but one of my favorite vampire.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from?
No,
Cotton Eye Joe.
vampire.
Cotton Eye Joe, but as a vampire.
Oh, stop! Just
That's what-
stop. You're.
Cotton Eye Joe.
But one of my favorite. Oh god, one of my favorite, and I'm gonna like whenever I'm going to stream it in the future, and I'm gonna have Payton be involved in this because she needs to experience the story of it. Is the Legacy of Kain series, which they need to bring back. Please bring back.
Oh, Kyle. It's as dead as Kane.
Don't say that. Don't say that to me, man.
Okay.
That
Don't do this to me, man.
Every year.
That
it's
game
always
series-
the same.
stop. One day I can hope. That series really got me into vampires because it treated them not just seriously, but added like really deep lore and like Shakespearean dialogue
I need lore. I need dialogue.
and great storytelling, like great characters, like and fantastic voice acting. They had Odo, Rene Auberjonois. He played. I knew him. I knew of Rene Auberjonois from Legacy of Kain because he played a character named Janos Oldrin. And as soon as I heard him, and then as soon as I saw him as Odo, I was like, holy shit, this is... And that's how he became one of my favorite characters in Star Trek as well.
Yeah.
Fucking dinos.
I am gone.
You good there, Peyton?
Dissociated. I'm back. Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I...
No, that's not the that's not the problem.
I'm sorry. Am I a little too boring for you?
No, I just dissociate constantly.
Did I do that again?
Did I dissociate again? I'm just over here thinking of like lovely, gory, old goth elements of vampirism and
So, like...
You know,
Okay,
Blade
good question.
kinda
Like,
tried
what's
to do
one of
that.
your favorite, like... When you go, like, I'm in the mood for vampire goth, what's the one thing you either pop in or read or what?
I love all vampires. I'll pick pretty much anything.
Oh my god.
But honestly, I'm gonna pick Twilight. They're not my favorite vampires, and it's not what I go for when I read a vampire story or watch a vampire movie. They're just so bad I have to watch them.
So, okay, what is it about Twilight, you know, was it a special, like, I just need to ask, what was it about the craze? What was it, like, during that time in your life that really drew you in? Where were you? Where'd you hear about it?
Well, I was at a bookstore looking for something to read, and there was this girl that was like, "Oh my god, have you read this book yet? You should read it."
Was this right when the first one came out? First book?
Like right before it got super popular.
Ooh.
And then I loved it so much I made everybody else read it.
Were you being the hipster at the time? I liked it before it was cool.
Maybe a little bit. But yeah, I still like it. It has the elements of a good story, but it was written by a Mormon, so...
How do you feel about Stephanie Meyer trying to do the J.K. Rowling route of having it adapted into a TV series?
I'd watch it.
You looking forward to that?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be what I expect, but...
Do you think it'll be good, or kind of like how the movies were good and bad, but in that kind of...
I think it'll be better now because it's a different era.
Really?
I still think the story is super simplistic and it's going to get roasted all the time.
So
but,
even if it does like a really good adaptation where the Twilight, the Raddies...
But
are just
yeah,
very
I was going to
happy.
say, it's not for the youngins.
No, doesn't it go into like pretty dark areas in the book, or...
No.
What do you mean it doesn't...
I mean, it gets dark, but it's like,
What do you mean by the
it's
youngins?
Mormon dark.
Well, what do you mean by
Like the younger generations, like the ones who didn't have
Oh,
that
I thought you said they...
praise.
Oh, I thought you said it wasn't good for, like...
No, not
Okay,
that.
okay.
What are you talking about?
I was like, well, I didn't read the book, so I didn't know if they went
There's a
somewhere
scene in the
dark.
book where Bella's wearing a khaki skirt that's all the way down to the floor.
Well, I know.
And Edward calls her utterly indecent.
Oh, how scandalous. Okay, all I know is, like, 50 Shades of Grey took huge inspiration from Twilight, and that...
Fanfiction's always better than the original material.
And I
50
watched.
Shades of Grey is pure garbage.
I watched.
But it's more popular than... Because
It's smut!
Because that's the thing. We want smut in our stories.
Okay, so men want to look at nice big titties, and girls also like smut. Are we all
We like
horny?
reading smut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We just like our debauchery in different ways. Jesus, we figured it out.
You can read smut in public.
I honestly just love saying the word smut.
It's a good word.
Smut!
Don't you degrade me with your smut.
What you doing over here? You're looking at some smut, aren't you?
Zach,
I'll
what
leave
are
you
you
to
reading?
it.
I'm like, fanfiction. He's like, so you're reading a sex scene. Yep. Smut.
Every girl I have met, like nerdy girl, like in our clique, every time I say, "What you reading?" Fan fiction. I always know it's smut. 9 times out of 10, it's always smut.
But it's always a different kind. There's the immediate gratification. There is the slow burn that actually physically hurts. And it gets to the point where it's unbearable.
So my first girlfriend was a yaoi fangirl.
I've been there before.
Every nerdy weeb girl has been through their yaoi phase.
But then guess what?
What?
I grew up and stopped sexualizing.
So she was into Harry Potter fanfiction.
Okay, there are some really...
Hang on. But I'm getting back to my point about there's always smut every time, because she would always say, like, oh, well, you should read this story. Is it smut? Yeah, but no. And then she's like, there's this one Harry Potter book I really want you to read. It's an interesting idea. And she's explaining it to me. And I'm like, oh, wow, someone actually wanted to write a fan fiction, but more of a what if style. And then my brain, a little tickle in my brain said, ask her about smut. Is there smut in there? Yeah. No. I'm like, you can't go one story without smut.
I mean... There are some characters, regardless of their gender, that they belong together.
It's either smut or shipping. That's all in your fan fiction. Smut or shipping.
Both.
It's either,
It can be between straight people. It can be between...
I know.
Yeah.
It's one or the other or both. That's all your fan fiction is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for admitting.
But are the stories actually good, too?
That's fine.
I like reading the plot, but I like some porn with the plot, you know?
That's fine, guys. We just like explosions.
I like a good explosion, and then I like a sex scene.
See, like, girls like...
An overarching, like, love story for the ages that makes you ache when you read it.
I get the appeal of the smut. You like that long build. You know, it's like...
Do I like the long build? I love and hate slow burn. Look at my eyes are narrowed. I'm all crouched over defensively.
You like the edging of it. You like the edging of
But I don't. I'm like, I can't handle this. One more page. If they don't fuck.
That's why girls like that, where guys go, titties. All right, we're good. We're basically like in and out. We're done.
Like the long, and we are off topic completely.
Where the fuck
I like
did
where
we
we're at
That's
right now.
fine.
Where the fuck did we go?
We started with vampires, now we're going on to smut.
I feel like that's
Fanfiction.
always a natural conclusion when you talk about vampires. It ends with the smut.
Oh, God. Well,
Vampire
before we
smut.
wrap up,
Do love some good vampire smut.
We actually are planning a trip. Clark actually is going to be joining us with us. We're going to be going to see midget wrestling. Nick, do you want to explain that one?
I mean, it's exactly what it is. It's midgets and WWE style pro wrestling.
Fuck yeah. See, whatever happened to just having good midget shows? Thank you, Peter Dinklage, for ruining that.
There was a lot of things that ruined it. Just Peter Dinklage was...
Let's treat everybody like people, but also like
Realize limitation.
yes.
And as much as we joke around, we bullshit, and, you know, we just like to, you know, bust each other's balls, and that includes everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we understand midget is a derogatory term. We meant little people, but we understand we like to have fun.
If it's in the title, it's in the title.
It's in the title. Right. So go out in the world, do good, be nice to everybody. Because as much as we like to be assholes deep down,
be a good human.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
It costs $0.